Hi friends, thanks for joining me today in today's Emalyce video. It's the 12 days of Vlogmas, 12 days of Emalyce. I don't know. I figured I would just use my name. It's just it's easy. So anyway, I am excited to do something a little different. This is more of this icy kind of snow queen, winter wonderland makeup look. And I had fun putting this together. I use a lot of icy tones and I use some products that I haven't been really using. So it was a chance to shop my stash, which is always a good thing. So I enjoy how this turned out. I'm loving this glossy kind of skin look. I feel very ethereal, which was the whole idea and thought behind this video. I hope you enjoy this look. Stay tuned for information on how to enter the giveaway where one of you will win a special little gift. So yeah, now we're going to switch and I'm going to be naked face. So you ready? 3, 2, 1. So I have already done my brows. I figure I'll do that off camera because it can be really boring and that's not what this video is about. I'm going to start off with an eyeshadow base and primer. This is the one I'm using. This is called Thank Me Later. It is by Elizabeth Mott. So in this look, it is a very cool toned kind of icy look. I want to start with an eye base. This one is a Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This one is called Cobblestone. It is a cool toned kind of taupe brown. I'm going to go really light and kind of stay close to the lash line and then use my finger to blend it out and upwards towards the crease. And it's going to be really light. I don't want it to be too dark. One thing I really like about these caviar sticks is that they don't dry down too fast. So you have time to blend it out with your finger and it remains creamy, but once it sets in place and it doesn't budge. I'm going to zoom me in. I just realized I didn't do that. There we go. Another thing that I really like about these caviar sticks is that you don't have to layer any products over the top. They can stand on their own and they're really creamy and they stay all day. It's a really great multifunctional product, which is kind of cool. I'm going to do something kind of fun with the eyes. I'm going to take a cool tone gray color. You see how this is almost blue? The reason I'm going with this is because I want it to give it a little bit of an icy effect, as you know, kind of this makeup look name entails. I'm going to use kind of a fluffier blending brush and I'm going to start in this outer crease. Add a little bit here on this outer V area. I'm not making it too precise, but I'm kind of shimmying it up and kicking it around the corner, as I like to say, kicking it around the curvature of my eye socket and just kind of blending it up and across in like a semi-windshield wiper motion here. It's just going to give a little bit of depth there. It's not going to really take away from that soft brown, because I have another color in mind that I'm going to go in with over the top. One other suggestion that I have is that if you have a really pigmented eyelid that's red or pink or whatever, I would recommend applying maybe an eyeshadow base like a MAC paint pot or something, and then apply your lighter base color underneath. What this will do is it'll cancel out any of that redness so that you have the pure color coming through. By the way, I didn't mention this. This eyeshadow here is from Sydney Grace and it is called Thunderbird. Now comes the fun part. So these are all kind of like a duochromatic eyeshadow. I have this icy white, which will be pretty. I also have this icy white with the blue shift, and then I've got an icy white with the green shift, and then one with a slightly ivory base with a pink shift. All of these kinds of colors would be really pretty over the top. I think I'm going to go with the blue one though, because that gray has kind of a blue tone to it. The green would be really pretty as well, but I think the blue one would be fun. Oh, and just so you know, this one is also from Sydney Grace and it is called Blue Mist. I'm going to start by applying this to the center of the lid and just kind of brushing it all over. But I'm not going to take it into the crease. I'm going to leave it on the eyelid. The reason why I chose to use a base under this and not a white one is because I want the eyes to kind of have this depth to them. And I'm going to kind of shimmy my brush over the top of that. And I'm going to let that iciness just kind of barely be there Now, if you don't like the brown with it, you can always use a white base instead. Really let the magic come through with the white base. But I wanted it to have some depth to it, but not be black. Okay, come on, focus. Okay. If you use a deeper base, then that blue shows up a little bit more. Whereas if you use a white base, you're going to see a little bit more white with a little bit of a reflex to it. So it depends on what your preference is on that. But for me, I wanted the blue to really pop on this look, but not be like intense blue at the same time. It's like a smoky, icy haze on the lid. So I'm just going to flip my brush around since it's dual ended and just kind of buff away any of that shimmer that made it into the crease. It's just a very subtle look. It's not anything super fancy. Anyone could really do this. Now I'm going to really add some jazz to this by taking another Sydney Grace eyeshadow, and it's called Velvet, and it's that icy white from before. I'm just going to pop this into the inner tear duct and just kind of sweep that in towards that blue to blend it. I really like how this looks with that blue. I think it just kind of brightens it up and gives the eyes just like this icy, angelic look. So I'm going to add some black liquid line against the lash line. I'm going to do a really thin line just to make sure that it doesn't take away from that blue. And then I'm going to apply some mascara, and I will be right back. I'm going to do that off camera, okay? Alright, so I've applied an extended wing line, but it's like a baby wing line as I like to call it, with some mascara. I'm using one that kind of lifts my lashes but doesn't do a ton. That's up to you on what you want to do. If you're new here, you may not know this, but I don't really care to wear false lashes. However, if it's something that you like to do, then feel free. I would go with something that's really light, maybe something that lifts up on the edge, maybe like a demi-wisp or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up the under eye. I'm going to start by applying a primer. I do like to apply a primer under the eye just to kind of keep that area hydrated and to ensure that my concealer kind of stays put. Sometimes, especially if I have allergies, my under eye concealer won't stay in place because my eyes water. And then here is my concealer. I haven't done any color eyeliner or anything under the eyes yet because I knew that this step was coming. And since I'm all about that mask life these days, as is everybody else, I am not going to apply foundation because I don't want my mask to rub up against it because I have to go to the grocery store. My poor kitty cats need food and they're out. I gave them what was left in the baggie, and the one cat just came up and started complaining that it wasn't enough because he's still hungry. So I need to run to the grocery store here in a little bit, so I don't want to go heavy-handed on the concealer and foundation and all that stuff because it will just rub off with my mask. And I'm going to take a little bit and apply it here just to brighten that up a little bit more. Alright, now I'm going to go back into that gray shadow. I'm going to take a tapered pencil brush. I'm going to smudge it from this outer corner inward. I'm going to take about halfway through. I am going to blend it and make it look less harsh here in a second. But I want to lay that color down. And what this is doing is it's connecting to my outer wing here. I'm going to take a clean pencil brush and smudge this out a little bit. And that's just softening that up so it's not creating too much of a shadow there. Now I'm going to go in with that same icy shade from before. I'm going to take that on the same brush I used to smudge that gray out with. I'm going to take that in and connect it with that gray. Now this part is what really gives it that angelic look in my opinion. See, it just creates this really brightening effect. I love doing this. I've been doing this for about a year now. I never used to take this white underneath, but I like how it looks. You can do it with the matte shade too, and it's just as brightening, but I like this shimmer for this more angelic, kind of icy look. Alright, now I'm going to apply some mascara to the bottom lash line just to finish that off. There is that for the eye look. Now I'm going to finish up the face. This is called Poppy Paradise. It's from Josie Maran. It's a cheek Gelee, and I'm going to scrape this out. This pot is a little too small for my finger to dip into without getting it all over the place and like under my nails. This has a really interesting texture. So what I'm doing is I'm taking two fingers and kind of getting a little bit of color on. I'm going to just tap this onto the cheekbone and then kind of blend it down with my other finger. Just adds a really nice natural looking flush. If you prefer, you can take a stippling brush of sorts and kind of blend it into the skin, and I'm using that to blend it out so it's not so pigmented and splotchy, because that can happen if you're not careful. Now I have this kind of pink flush to the face that looks like I've been out in the cold. If you don't like that look, then that's cool. You can go with a more neutral toned blush. Now for the fun part, highlighter. This is my Ride or Die MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I love this highlighter. I've been using it for years, and it just creates this gorgeous glow to the skin, and I like that it's soft. It's not like, you can make it really intense, and it's actually looking a little bit more intense right now because of that Gelee underneath. But if you don't want it to be as, you know, pow, it applies very nice and sheer at the same time. So you can build it up to create a really bold, high dimension kind of shine, or you can keep it subtle. But today I'm doing the opposite of what I usually do, and I'm letting it get really intense. And no one's gonna see a lot of this, so I'm trying to keep it kind of high up here, going into the temple a little bit, which is kind of different. It's not something that I usually recommend, but I like that glassy skin kind of look that it's giving. And then, of course, I'm going to be wearing a mask, so it doesn't matter if I do anything below that point. But for around the house, you know, I will do a little bit of concealer here around my lips, around my little blemishes here. I'm going to just take this really cool lip pencil that I got from Galactic, apply this onto my bare lips. It's kind of a glossy, glittery look. It's not for everybody, but I think it's kind of fun, and this is called a 3-in-1 Sparkle Balm. So it's just that. It's a sparkly lip balm in a pencil form. So you can apply it underneath a lip gloss if you want, or you can apply it on its own. You can apply it over the top of a liquid lipstick as well to keep it kind of balmy. I think it just rounds out the look. And up close, it's got glitter particles. And that's that for this kind of icy winter wonderland makeup look. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And now it's time for giveaway time. Woohoo! So in today's giveaway, I am going to be giving away the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, which is what I used on my face today. And I hope you will enjoy this. It looks beautiful on all skin tones. Here's what it looks like up close and personal. One of you will win your very own MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. Now, in order to win, you have to be subscribed to this channel and leave a comment below letting me know which of those 4 colors you would have chosen. So I chose the icy blue. Which one would you have picked? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to include your Instagram or Twitter handle so that I have a way to reach out to you in case you win. And yeah, all of the rules to this particular giveaway will be listed in the description box, so be sure to check that for eligibility. This giveaway will run until Christmas Day at 11:59. What did I say? 11:59. 11:59 Pacific Standard Time, and then I will select the winner on the following day. So be sure to enter. So that's that for this video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay happy, and stay electric. Mwah. Bye!